In the last tutorial, we went over the basics of posture prediction. Another component of posture prediction is object and self-avoidance. In the context window under the Posture Window tab, there are different options for posture prediction, two of them being object and self-avoidance, which are located under the Posture Options section. When unchecked, the option is turned off. To turn the options on, simply click the boxes once. The check in the box represents that the option is on. First, I will go over self-avoidance. With self-avoidance turned off, the avatars are free to predict their posture by going through their own body. As an example, I will have the Santos avatar reach a point behind him. I have done this by setting the end effector to a position on his right index finger, and then placed a marker target to a marker behind his back. After the avatar predicts posture, you can see that to reach the marker, the avatar reaches through his own body. When self-avoidance is turned on and the avatar's posture is repredicted, the arm will move outside of his body limits. The avatar's body limits are shown in the Avatar Collision tab in the context window. To show the spheres inside the avatar, click on the Show Avatar Spheres option. The accuracy of the fill can be manipulated by the user by sliding the sliders to a higher percentage and then clicking Update Results. A unique option in Santos is the ability to increase the accuracy of the hand fill by sliding the Detailed Hand Fill slider to a higher number and clicking Update Results. The avatar's hands will become more accurate when predicting posture. Now I will go over obstacle avoidance. Even with the obstacle avoidance turned on, the avatar in the scene does not know the obstacle's limits. After predicting posture, it can be seen the avatar's body will still go through the object. So in order to use obstacle avoidance, the obstacle's limits must be set first. This is done by filling the objects with spheres. This is done by selecting the object from the drop-down menu in the context window and then selecting collision. By clicking the Show Spheres option, you will be able to see the object spheres already in the scene. Under Mesh options, you can select Autofill, which will fill the object. As you can see, the object mesh will need some adjustments to fill the object more accurately. This is done by going into the Advanced options, going down to the Inflate options section and choosing the appropriate minimum radius, and then selecting Fill Mesh. The object will then be filled with a mesh of spheres that have a smaller radius. Two different filling options are available for object sphere filling, the first being Inflate, where the spheres fill up the entire object. The other is Shelling, where the object spheres are only positioned around the outer edge of the object. Both options are available to choose from in the Sphere Filling section. To remove the spheres from the object, under the Mesh Options section you can click Remove Spheres from Mesh. If you just want to visually not see the spheres, but still have them remain in the object, you can just turn off the Show Spheres option. Now with obstacle avoidance turned on, the avatar will avoid the object when predicting posture. In the next tutorial we will be going over importing and exporting.